Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to take you on a 10k trail run from Denton, from the old school. Come along, I'll show you the scenery around here. The Airbnb is almost ready to be open, so this is the sort of trail run you'll be able to do if you want to come and stay in our little Airbnb. Anyway, let's get on the way. So we set off from Denton Old School, up Trunch Hill into the village of Denton. It's not going to be much of a sunset, but it's about 7 p.m. on a late August evening, so the roads will be quiet and there might be some deer and some other wildlife out, but one thing we won't see many of is cars. So the old school is at the bottom of Trunch Hill, which makes the first mile of most runs kind of uphill, but you know, on the way back you've got a lovely downhill finish. So we come up the hill, turn by the chapel, and we're onto this lovely little footpath. First part of the trail section sort of runs parallel to the village, and it's really pretty. Nice bit of shade in the sunshine too. I'm really looking forward to autumn around here. The colours I think are going to be amazing. And all these trees, hedgerows and fields. Look at this track, absolutely gorgeous. So we're up near the top of the village now, still on this footpath, but approaching the end of the footpath, we'll come back out onto the road again. But this is so lovely. So we're approaching the top of the village now. Take a right turn up ahead from a quiet road to another quiet road. I think if you've always lived in cities and towns, you've probably got no idea what it's like to run on roads as quiet as this. It's unbelievable. Villages. Look at that place, beautiful. But even then, when I pulled out onto this road, I checked for traffic. Of course there's none. It's so peaceful, look. You have the whole road, the trail all to yourself. And that doesn't mean the trails aren't maintained. They're generally immaculate, as you'll see up ahead. So this is a lovely little trail we've discovered whilst living here. It is the middle of nowhere, but just look at how well it's maintained. It's amazing. So this is Monday, the first run of the week for me. Last week was a 37-mile week, and I'm hoping this week might hit on 40 miles. So we're starting out with a 10k recovery run after yesterday. Yesterday was 11 miles with a 4-mile block in the middle of 7:30s. It was actually 7:35s down to 7:20s. But yeah, so this is a bit of a 10k recovery run just to kick the week off. And then I've got a big effort session on Wednesday. I've got a recovery run Friday, and then long run Sunday. So we're still plodding along this lovely long trail. In a minute we're going to take a left turn and head across a big field on the left here. But for now, just enjoying the sounds of the wildlife. You can hear deer and birds, buzzards scurrying for cover as I come crashing through, but the trail itself is beautiful. Colours just starting to go autumnal after the long hot weather we've had this summer. There's watch telling me there is a left-hand turn, and it is just here. And we go right through the field, right across the middle. Often there's deer in these fields, but not this time. The fields have been cut, as you can see, harvest approaching. And so I imagine the deer are all well bedded down for the evening. Look at these wonderful Norfolk skies you get. Goldfish bowl skies. They go on forever. The most amazing sunsets and sunrises. But I'm certainly more of a sunset runner than a sunrise runner. So here we are, just over halfway around this 10k route. I reckon about half on road and half on trail so far. But now we disappear off the edge of the field into the trees before coming out on a nice quiet little road again. There we go. Check behind for cars and we're back out on the road again. this is why most of the roads around here are quiet, because it's a roadside nature reserve set out to keep the roads quiet and protect the countryside, the nature, and these amazing views and serenity. We're 4 miles in, let's crack on. Bit of a drag up this one. We lost a bit of elevation about half a mile ago, and don't worry, we're making it back before that lovely long last mile downhill finish. But this road goes up into the village of Arborough, which is another pretty little village about a mile away from the old school. And in fact the old school closed because Denton and Arborough schools merged in Arborough, hence the village school in Denton became our house. So we're back in Arborough now, up the top of the hill by Arborough Church, which is just here. And it is 1 mile all downhill back to the finish. We're just about 5¼ miles now, so 1 mile downhill back down to the start. So we're less than half a mile to the finish. I'm just going to quickly show you a couple of footpaths here and here. I'll save those for another day. But for dog walks, shorter little loops, they are lovely. But for now we carry on down the hill, back to the school. So there we go, we're just getting down to the end now of this 10k road and trail run from the old school in Denton, where we just happen to have the old school toilet block renovated into a little Airbnb for you to come and stay in. You can come and do some trail rides, trail runs, guided, or I can give you the routes. Just explore, get out in nature and enjoy this gorgeous little spot in South Norfolk. Anyway, that's a 55-minute 10k loop as we come around the last corner, and you should see the old school appearing by the village sign where we started, just about there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.